Hello, everyone. My name is Caleb King. Today I will be discussing the economic journey of Booker T. Washington, one of the most influential African American leaders of the postbellum era. Washington's rise from slavery to becoming the founder of the Tuskegee Institute and a prominent advocate for Black economic empowerment provides a compelling lens to explore broader demographic and economic shifts during the Reconstruction and Gilded Age. Booker T. Washington was born into slavery in 1856 in Franklin County, Virginia. After emancipation, like millions of formerly enslaved people, Washington faced immense challenges in a Southern economy transitioning from slavery to sharecropping and tenant farming. The collapse of the plantation economy forced many freedmen into exploitative labor arrangements that offered minimal opportunity for advancement. Washington, however, pursued education as a pathway to economic mobility. In 1872, Washington enrolled at the Hampton Institute, where he encountered a curriculum emphasizing industrial education and practical skills. His exposure to Samuel Chapman Armstrong's philosophy of self-reliance and economic pragmatism deeply influenced Washington's lifelong emphasis on vocational training as a means to uplift the Black community. In his autobiography, Up from Slavery, in 1901, Washington recounts, "I have learned that success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome." This reflects his belief that economic independence through education and industry was key to racial progress. In 1881, Washington was appointed to establish the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama. Tuskegee embodied Washington's philosophy that economic self-sufficiency could be achieved through practical education in agriculture, mechanics, and domestic work. By focusing on vocational skills, Washington sought to equip Black Americans with the tools to thrive in a segregated economy. The philosophy culminated in his famous Atlanta Compromise Address of 1895, where he stated, "In all things that are purely social, we can be as separate as the fingers, yet one as the hand in all things essential to mutual progress." Washington's speech reflected a strategic acceptance of segregation in exchange for economic opportunity. While criticized by later activists like W.E.B. Du Bois, Washington's approach resonated with many Black Southerners eager for economic stability in an era where racial violence and disenfranchisement loomed. Washington's advocacy for industrial education aligned with broader demographic and economic shifts during the postbellum period. The Great Migration had not yet begun, and the vast majority of African Americans remained in the rural South. Navigating an economy defined by sharecropping, tenancy, and agricultural labor, Washington's emphasis on vocational training sought to create a skilled Black workforce that could secure better economic positions within this system. In a 1900 report to the Tuskegee Institute Board of Trustees, Washington highlighted, "Our students, trained in practical trades, return to their communities as leaders in industry and agriculture, contributing to the economic uplift of their people." This emphasis on practical education also paralleled the broader industrialization occurring across the nation, where labor was becoming more specialized and mechanized. Washington's economic philosophy had lasting implications for Black economic advancement and community development. Though criticized for being overly accommodating to segregationist policies, Washington's emphasis on economic self-sufficiency laid the groundwork for future generations of Black entrepreneurs and leaders. In a letter to industrialist Andrew Carnegie in 1896, Washington expressed, "The surest way to lift up any people is to give them an industrial education and to assist them in securing property." This legacy reflected larger postbellum trends where African Americans, despite systemic barriers, pursued education, land ownership, and entrepreneurship as avenues towards economic independence. Washington's focus on vocational training and practical skills aligned with broader national trends emphasizing industrial growth and modernization. In conclusion, Booker T. Washington's economic journey not only highlights the challenges faced by African Americans in the postbellum South, but also illustrates the strategic pursuit of vocational education as a means of economic mobility. His experience reflects the broader demographic reality of millions of freedmen navigating an uncertain economic landscape and underscores the lasting impact of industrial education on Black economic advancement. Thank you.